Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Adoring text 34, text 35, text 36, text 37 and text 38 of chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarized of Srimad Bhagavad-gita. Text 34. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathaishayanti te avyayam samabhavi tasya cha kirtira maranadati richate. People will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. Both as friend and philosopher to Arjun, Lord Krishna now gives his final judgment regarding Arjun's refusal to fight. The Lord says, Arjun, if you leave the battlefield before the battle even begins, people will call you a coward. And if you think that people may call you bad names, but that you will save your life by fleeing the battlefield, then my advice is that you had do better to die in the battlefield. For a respectable man like you, ill fame is worse than death. So you should not flee for fear of your life. Better to die in the battle. This will save you from the ill fame of misusing my friendship and from losing your prestige in society. So the final judgment of the Lord was for Arjun to die in the battle and not withdraw. Text 35. Bhaya dranadu paratama mamasyante tvama maharathaha yesha chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. Lord Krishna continued to give his verdict to Arjun. Do not think that the great generals like Duryodhan, Karna and other contemporaries will think that you have left the battlefield out of compassion for your brothers and grandfather. They will think that you have left out of fear for your life, and thus their high estimation of your personality will go to hell. Text 36. Avachava damashacha bahunava dishayanti tavahitaha nindana tasatava samarthyam tato dukkhataram nukim. Your enemies will describe you in so many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Lord Krishna was astonished in the beginning at Arjun's uncalled for plea for compassion, and he described his compassion as befitting the non-Aryans. Now in so many words, he has proved his statements against Arjun's so-called compassion. Text 37. Hato va prapasyasi swargam jitva va bhokshayase mahim tasma dutishta kaunteya yuddhaya kritanishayah. O son of Kunti, either you will die on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore get up with determination and fight. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjun's side, he had still to fight, for even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. Text 38. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam vapasyasi. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjun should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or gain, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna's consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna in transcendental consciousness, so there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna's consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he a debtor to anyone, as one is in the ordinary course of activities. It is said, Devarshi Bhutapta Drunam Pitranam Na Kinkaro Nayam Runi Cha Rajan Sarvatmana Yaha Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parirritya Karatam. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna Mukunda, giving up all other duties, is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone, not the demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. Bhagavatam 11.5.41. That is the indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse, and the matter will be more clearly explained in the later verses. Thank you.